So hello, dear colleagues. I suppose that we can start. Can you hear and see me?
Yes, you are audible and visible.
Thank you very much. So, dear colleagues, it's a great pleasure for me to be here today and welcome you at the expert session Delegate project presentation in frame of the International Youth Forum BRICS Plus. My name is Popkova Anna and I will moderate our today's section. I'm Deputy Director for International Affairs of Institute of Environmental Engineering of RUDN University, and my scientific focus is environmental biotechnologies and application of microbiota in the different field of the solving urgent environmental problems such as soil bioremediation, biological wastewater treatment, and so on. And also, I would like to pay your attention that our section is attended by the experts who will be involved into this discussion and give you some professional feedback. It's Sandra Stoilkovich, a specialist and the project manager of the Alexander Gorchakov Public Diplomacy Fund. It's Alexander Egorychev, leading specialist expert, Department of the International Affairs, the Federal Agency of Youth Affairs of Russia. Is Phetole Seodi, the manager and in public and international relation, corporate investment office of CEO, National Youth Development Agency, South Africa, and Natalia Deshchuk, representative of the Russia BRICS Project Office of the International Youth Corporation. Dear expert, thank you very much for your attendance and we hope for productive discussion. And first of all, I would like to pay your attention. Today, we gathering young active people from different regions of the BRICS and creating a discussion platform for exchange of ideas and get feedback on the developed projects. So why we pay so much attention of the youth project? The link between the youth and economic and social and green growth should be straightforward one. Young people get in life and the economy grows every step they take. So today we will search for a new form of cooperation through the promotion of the different project approach, which make it possible to realize the potential of our young people in solving extremely actual social and environmental problems. So in frame of our section, we will discuss the project associated with the cultural exchange on healthcare, mental health, educational aspects of training highly qualified personnel, gender equality, sustainable development of the cities, green jobs, and many other extremely actual issues. So you can see that all projects are relatively closely related to the social and other agenda and sustainable development goals. So provides a shared blueprint for the peace and prosperity for people and planet. So dear colleagues, dear experts, dear students, I wish us the productive work during this session. And now let me give the floor to our first presenter who will present the BRICS Project Lab of Russia, who will present Anastasia, Polina, or Andrei.
Hello everybody, thank you very much. We are going to present our project together, and we divided our presentation into 3 parts, but we remember that we have 5 minutes, and now I'm going to share the screen to demonstrate our presentation.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and thank you for giving us the floor. Today, we are going to present the project BRICS Project Lab. Maybe next slide. We are the team of GIMO enthusiasts. GIMO is the faculty is a university, Moscow State University for International Relations, and we are master students, as you see on the screen on the slide. We present the idea to hold a large-scale forum on the basis of GIMO. Next slide. BRICS Project Lab is supposed to be this upcoming completely new event that will be held at MGIMO and organized by MGIMO students and MGIMO science clubs. We aim at bringing together youth and experts interested in developing cooperation within the BRICS and the BRICS countries and universities. Next slide. We have several objectives. First of all, to study the foreign and domestic policy challenges faced by the 5 countries of BRICS. Then establish long-term contacts between the youth and experts. Thirdly, we would like to develop project work skills and soft skills within the project lab tracks and discuss common values of the BRICS countries. Well, would like to present the major information about our event. We are going to hold the BRIC project lab from the 6th to the 8th of April next year, based on GIMO University. The format will be hybrid, composes offline and online formats, and we welcome every young activist from all around the globe, from 18 to 35.
Okay, hello everybody. So it's my part. The organizers of our laboratory are the most powerful and influential student clubs in GIMO. Ibero-American Club, Indo-Iranian Club, China Club, and African Club. The next slide, please. We are eager to cooperate with all BRICS-related organizations and some international youth organization, and we are going to send develop project to them to help or to create a roadmap for enhancing cooperation within the BRICS countries. The next slide. And our program consists of 2 parts: research and education part, cultural and entertainment part. So we are planning to conduct very interesting activities, plenary session, roundtables, TED Talks, and involve participants and all experts.
Yeah, and now it's my part, and I want to tell you a bit about our tracks, so our directions that we want to follow our work. And I want to mention that these tracks covers all significant directions of cooperation within BRICS countries. And first of all, we can say about healthcare, and within the first track, we want to create a system, epidemic early warning system, for example. Also, cooperation of BRICS countries in the framework of New Development Bank and like economy and finance field. And we want to create an infrastructure project based on sustainable development goals. Also, it's about education and improving the system of education in the BRICS countries. And development of biotechnologies in the context of international politics and security, and of course, information security within the BRICS countries. And now, yeah, and it's the end of our presentation, and I suppose that it's like a fateful moment, because today the registration has already started to our to participate in our BRICS project lab, and I eager to invite all of you to participate in our BRICS project lab. Please, you can screen all our social networks and be connected with us. And also, we want to show you. Yeah, it's our wonderful leaders, and they are very essential words about BRICS, and I think they confirm our desire to create BRICS Project Lab. Thank you very much for your attention, and please scan our QR code, and you will be the first participants that have the opportunity to fill in this registration form. Thank you very much. We are waiting for you in Moscow, and let's develop BRICS countries together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Absolutely well done. And thank you for your comprehensive approach in different sphere. It's absolutely virtuous. So, dear expert, do you have any question and feedback to our participant?
Okay, if you let me ask a question. First, well, thank you for the presentation. That looks pretty good, and the idea is, I would say, relevant. But the information which I personally lack is the resources. So, do you have a chance to think of the resources you want to use and places you want to get these resources from?
But do you want to answer this question?
Thank you for the question. It's quite a relevant one. We have already applied for several grants from different organizations. Especially, we applied for a grant from GIMO Endowment Fund, and also there is a special program, GIMO Priority 2030, and we believe that, well, we are waiting for the results of this competition, of this contest, and we'll hope that we will be awarded some money, financial grant to organize such a large-scale event as we would like it to be.
Cool. Thank you for the answer. And I'm glad that I'm glad to see that Rosmolodezh is one of the potential partners. So keep in contact.
I would like to keep in touch and also invite all the experts to our event as well.
Sure.
Perfect. Thank you very much, and we wish you good luck and implementation of your project as well. So, dear colleagues, let's pass to the next presenter. It's intercultural exchange of health aspect. Manoj Dikharan-Khan, I'm sorry if I have some mistake in pronunciation of your name. So please, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Just a minute, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My presentation is on integrative therapies for intersectional dialogues and health aspects with regards to the project. I'm Manoj Dinakaran, the Officer for Research and for Projects at Hibiscus Foundation for Social Welfare. We are Hibiscus Foundation for Social Welfare is a non-for-profit, non-partisan, women-led, youth-led organization focusing on mental health, human rights, and universal health care. So the main objective of my project lies mostly to addressing health issues that are arising with respect to pandemic. There are numerous health issues on the rise, especially with the pandemic, and the use of integrative therapies can become a game changer in the current situation. By sharing the cultural knowledge, we would be able to both learn good practices from each other and mitigate the problems that are arising. For example, from India, we have yoga that can help with good body health and pain alleviation with regards to chronic pains. So why is this project required? Health systems are often not accessible for a lot of people, especially at the grassroots level. Modern healthcare systems are expensive and thus not affordable by all. These practices, both, that is through integrative practices, will both act as a therapeutic agent and as an easy intervention that can be affordable and accessible to all. Cultural exchanges helps in developing understanding and sensitivity to others. At the same time, active conflict resolution can also be discussed through this project. So, project proposal. My project proposal is primarily to entail conducting a trans-interdisciplinary cultural exchange program. We shall be having field experts and other practitioners simplifying the progress, like I mentioned before, like in terms of yoga and mindfulness. Integrative therapies, adaptive nature can be used as a dynamic tool for developing coping mechanisms for present-day healthcare issues. International cultural dialogues can also get fresh perspective to age-old problems. So therefore, this is a very dynamic project. So how is this different from others? The sessions will not be monologues. These will be highly dynamic, where participants and speakers will be able to get in constant touch with each other. At the same time, they will be able to practice what they have learned immediately on spot. It is not going to focus on one culture or one place. It is going to be an international intersectional dialogue and focuses on multicultural aspects. Therefore, we'll be learning a wide variety of things at the same progress. So the process is all about empowerment. Thus, they are very, very simplistic and can be easily measurable. So we can measure the progress immediately as well. The program will be both educational and has practical aspects where the participants can learn and explore other themes as well. The target audience is also highly dynamic. Anyone from any age group can participate in this program. So what is the where are we requiring? Your part in this is funding the project. We need a lot of funding to research and also make the project accessible to all, that is to reaching out to everyone. We are looking for partnerships that makes the event even more robust with more values. Resources, qualified resource persons from all over the world are welcomed, and this will make bulletproof ideas that are, that will create double the impact. So metrics and SDG, we have already tried sections of this project in our own organization. One of the greatest aspects is that the project's ability to intersectionally address all the issues. This so the project will, when it comes to implementation and full-fledged, it can further the cause of SDG number 3, good health, SDG number 4, education, SDG number 5, gender equality, SDG number 10, reducing inequalities, SDG 16, peace and justice, and SDG 17, partnerships. As I said earlier, we have tried sections of this workshop, this entire project, and we had conducted it as workshops, and we had 85% turn rate, success rate, focusing on the dynamic population. Example, through the guided imagery sessions we provided, this was made accessible for people who have gone through gender-based violence. So the guided imagery session was for victims of gender-based violence and provided psychoeducation as well, thus addressed SDGs 3, 4, and 5 all together at the same time. In the near future, we are hoping to do a pilot scale program in the month of February of 2022. So I will be happy to take any questions at this point.
Thank you very much for so important agenda that you have mentioned in your project. Dear colleagues, dear expert, do you have any questions and suggestions?
Well, thank you so much for your presentation. Let me start. To me, it's quite clear. It is quite an idea, and it is quite complicated in understanding it, because it's so technically well described that I think it makes it actually into almost like a perfect business plan. Its logistics are clear and well presented, that I think, to me, there's no more questions left. I just think that it is very interesting, and it is something to think about on, because something I've never heard before. Yes, well done.
Thank you
very much. Any other questions? So no question. Thank you very much, and also we wish you the implementation of your project, first of all. And now let me give the floor to our next presenter, Yevgeny Karuk, who will present the BRICS students, expert and analytical community. So the floor first.
Hello everyone, nice to meet all. Now I share screen. So thank you for opportunity to present my project. Maybe it will be interesting for other participants. So I will present project use expert and analytical community. But before I begin, I would like to say a few words about our university and my department university. Belarus State University is a leading scientific, educational, and culture center in the Republic of Belarus, which included in 1% of the best universities in the world. The university has about 25,000 students, of which our 4,000 are original students. More recently, on October 31 of this year, university celebrated its 100th anniversary. An expert and analytical work department was created in BSU in 2018. One of the tasks of the department is the formation student expert community in our university. As part of this task, we created the Student Analytical Club, which included talented students from our university. In our club, students participate in training on development of analytical competencies, meet with experts from different fields: economics, political science, international relations, history, and others. And they are also working on their own project. So now directly about my project. The main goal is create a platform for young people to discuss global and topical issues of the development of world society. The distinctive feature of this project is the building of a youth expert community and the development of analytical thinking among the participants. I think that the implementation of this project at the international level can be done follows steps. Once every 2 months, we organize online meetings to discuss the selected topic with the participants from different countries and international experts. During these 2 months, participants will be preparing and explore the topic at their universities or organization. At this stage, a possible local meeting with experts and specialists. Once a year, we will propose to organize an offline meeting with the best participants and international experts. This can be done at any of the university from member countries of the group. Thanks to yesterday group meeting, I distinguished some of the future from exciting similar projects. First of all, the meeting will be attended by students, youth leaders, and young scientists. This will help shape the youth agenda and of meetings and conclusions. Preparation of meetings involves preliminary study of the topic and analytical research. Topics for discussion will only touch upon issue of youth, educational, and international youth cooperation. Of course, we need some resource for this project. First of all, project support at the local country level for organizing clubs in countries and holding local meetings. Then organizational support of international youth structure for online sessions and club meetings. And financial support from foundation and international structure for organized and offline. The organization of the work local level can be supported at the local think tanks, leading universities, educational and scientific institutes or organizations. For example, in Belarus, such a partner our project is the Belarusian Institute of Strategic Research. For example, work our student analytic club. The Student Analytical Club of the Belarusian State University was established in February 2021. During this time, 3-month training courses was organized for our members. 3 meetings were held on the development of student self-government, youth policy, and analytical youth movement. And on December 20 is planned to hold an expert meetings on the topic digital transformation of society and politics, with invited experts and deputy corps from Republic of Belarus. That's all. Well, thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much for well done project. So could you clarify or could you highlight the main results of your proposed community realization?
Can you repeat one time?
Could you highlight the main results of the analytical community that you propose? Kenny, you are here with us? Maybe some problem with connection. You can hear and see us? I suppose that some disconnection. So you can write the answer in the chat, or we will write you the question in the chat. And we also issue the implementation of your project. Dear expert, do you have any suggestions? Or not? Okay, so let's go to the next presenter who will present us the project on the mental health. So dear Claudia, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll just share my screen.
Okay.
Kensho project is a mental health startup which was founded in 2019. It is basically to provide the mental health services like counseling, psychotherapy, and career guidance, etc., for people who cannot afford as much as people from upper middle class or higher class people. So it is initiated with the sliding scale method, where they can provide the money based on what they have or what they could afford. That is how it started. But so through Kensho project, there is another project which is still in the formative phase. That is what I'm going to talk about now. That is mental health and juvenile delinquency, which is why there is so much of juvenile delinquency rate increase in India in recent times, especially post-pandemic times. This is the common offenses committed by juveniles. The evidence suggests that people who commit these kinds of offenses are mostly with mental health problems and disorders, especially the females. These are very major minor offenses which are not considered to be, very harmful to others. Like these antisocial behavior has become very common these days. This is the IBC crime rate, which has increased in recent times drastically. So for this, we need some interventions. Leading contributing factors to juvenile delinquency is these are some of the reasons which we say theoretically, but there are some other factors which are contributing to juvenile delinquency, like some of the things like drug or alcohol abuse, and these kids sell drugs and sell some of the illegal things which are being which is under the awareness of police. So it is not really illegal, which is the crime is interconnected, and there are so many nuances which should be intervened. Some of there are certain interventions which helps in reducing the rate. Some of the models are positive youth development model, where they mainly focus on the 6 main domains like work, education, relationship, community health, and social learning is an important factor. And these are the common effective programs which is being already practiced in community. But the thing is, though we practice all these interventions, it is not being followed up, or it is not being monitored. It is just like for the sake of giving the program, they are providing it. And in recent times there is like 13% hike in dropouts from the high school. So and this one of the leading factor is boredom, and they don't want to go to the school because it is boring. It is only when they find something very mischievous or notorious, they find it very, and there is a lot of peer pressure for them to commit certain offenses. This is the basic needs which we all have come across. The one of the major reasons is they did not meet the primary physiological need itself. Like food, water, shelter is itself a big struggle for them, because most of the juvenile delinquent kids are from the low socioeconomic status. So, and the need is, though we say that these are the reason, these unmet needs are the reason for them to behave in a particular way or in antisocial behavior, but there are people from higher socioeconomic status as well who commit certain crimes, which is so the mental health problems are really should come to the views. So I need some help with research team, which is already being done with the help of University of Madras, collaborated with the University of Madras, and we need some funding help. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous. That's it.
So thank you very much for your interesting project that raised very actual problem with the mental health. And as you show at the ground, the rate of the problem associated with the mental health has increased deeply in the 2020s. And thank you for your project. And dear colleagues, dear expert, do you have any questions and suggestions for our participant? No question. Well done and no question. Thank you very much. And could you highlight the problem associated with the epidemiological situation of today's and the mental health? If some association between these two problems?
Okay, so the thing is, it is not really like, let's say that these physiological needs are not met, and like, for example, there is no money for them to eat or do anything for them, so they go and steal or do some offensive things. But that is not the case. Like, there are kids who have the money, but they just want to do it for fun. Like, let's say that there is a car standing right out there, they just want to scratch the car. It's for fun. It is an offensive behavior, and they do not know how to deal with it, because there is a lack of empathy. More than lack of empathy, it is not being taught, because these pickpocket and other offensive behaviors which has been passed on throughout the family, like throughout the generations, this is like a social learning, and we need to break that cycle.
Thank you very much. And we also wish you the implementation of your project. Thank you. And now let me give the floor to the next presenter with the project Nation intensive training for the young diplomats, Pakistan. So, dear Mohammed, the floor is yours. Mohammed. I see that you are connected, Mohammed. Can you hear us and present your project, intensive training for young diplomats? Okay, maybe it's some problem with the connection. And Let's go to the next project, School Exchange Internship, Russia. Ekaterina Sinitska, please, you are welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to see you here and for this forum, actually. And let me share my screen and I will present my project. Just a second, please. Well, can you see it? Yeah, okay. So wait a second, please. And something. Okay. Oh, let me introduce myself. First of all, I'm a teacher of foreign languages and also a teacher of Governors Engineering Lyceum number 102, which I will present here today, and our project. So also on the base of our lyceum, we have international club and club of international friendship. And we are very interested in the cooperation with BRICS plus countries. That's why we call our project BRICS, like School Exchange Internship. What can we provide? Our lyceum is a new building and modern building. We have everything for development, engineering, technologies, and with the latest technical equipment, highly qualified staff, and we are really want to develop the cooperation not only between the students but also between the teachers of BRICS cultures, and that's why the goal of our project is cultivating international relationships and cultural understanding between BRICS and other countries, which will take place in our project. What about internship? As each internship position is centered around the international project management for students and teachers as well. During this internship, students and teachers will work on it. So we are looking for the students aged 15, 17 years old and teachers and administrators as well to exchange our background and educational process. So, as we are engineering lyceum, we want to present fields. And first of all, this is technical and IT, science, culture, and language, and art and music as well. So, which benefits we could provide? Also experience and creating international projects between teachers and students, establish a network and cooperation between BRICS plus schools, develop an understanding of international culture and political relations, eligibility to travel with school delegation. So we will really hope that it would be possible, but as well, we are looking for online sessions too, and excellent international experience. So actually it was short, but I hope I could present the main idea of the project, and we are looking for schools from the BRICS plus countries to cooperate. And of course, if you have any questions, you can contact me, because I'm really, really interested in developing of this project. And thank you so much for your attention and for the questions, probably.
Thank you very much for such interesting and perspective project for our students from the BRICS plus countries. So, dear colleagues, do you have any questions? Or maybe experts have questions?
So I have one. Thank you for this presentation. What are the main features of this project? Maybe you can name some. maybe some new methods of learning or something else? And can you elaborate on this topic, please?
Thank you so much for the question. Actually, as we are in a new era, I can say, and engineering is very developing now, and not in every country and not in every school we have such equipment that is also that we provide for school for students at school. So, and even now they are creating projects with the 3D modeling and also with creating robots and so on. And we want to share our experience, how we realize it, and also how we develop our international communication in with other countries. Also, we as I presented the management, the project management, we also wanted to share the ecological project that are realizing now with the Greece country, with the country of Greece. I'm sorry. And this is something that I think is very important, to exchange the background from different countries and to learn more about each other, and also to, to create the cooperation not only between the students of the university, but also the students from the schools and the schools as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And also wish you the implementation of your project as well. Thank you very much, and let's go to the next presenter.
May I ask quickly a question?
Yep.
May I just quickly ask?
Yep.
Thank you for the presentation, relevant, up to the point. The question is, did you have an opportunity to think of the formats kids will cooperate in? Like, is it the master classes sessions? Is it expert sessions, or what?
I think expert sessions for teachers, I suppose, as a project for exchange program between teachers, and for students, yes, it would be like workshops, and in the end of the workshops, they will present the project that they can do together with our tools.
Yep. Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any other questions? No questions. So now let me give the floor to the next presenter with the project's Health Literacy Youth Summit India. Please, you are welcome. Xenia Akilian.
Thank you very much. Now my group will share the presentation.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Dear Katrina, could you close your presentation?
Yes, just give me 1 second. I'm really sorry. I have to stop sharing so I can share. It's not letting me screen share over there.
Katrina, please stop sharing your screen.
Yeah, please, just a second.
Okay.
Okay. Some problem, technical problems.
All right, so I hope everyone can see my screen. I am Akshaya Akhilan, and I am here to talk about the Global Health Literacy Summit, especially for the BRICS+ youth. And I think it's really important to discuss a topic such as health, especially because a pandemic that we are currently living in right now has highlighted the health inequalities. And I think the youth have a very specific way of dealing with problems in current situations in a very sustainable manner, in a manner that they're actually able to proactively participate in ways that the previous generations of youth didn't have opportunities to, right? So I'll quickly introduce myself. I am Akshay Akhilan. I'm the director and founder of Hibiscus Foundation for Social Welfare, JobsLink and Commercial Cloud. I am also the Global Youth Ambassador at Their World for Education, and I'm a former intern of the United Nations OHCHR and the WHO. Right? And the different logos displayed here are the different companies that I'm associated with, and the flags are the different countries that I've worked in. So going to the agenda of how this presentation would essentially go, the first part would be talking about the different organizations, the impact that they've had, which would basically follow up with the project that I intend to conduct, and the different deliverables that I could essentially help you all achieve in some way or the other, the different collaborations we could do, the different partnerships that I could do, how this presentation will help the different youth present here, and what you can do to help me otherwise would be part 4. And the final section would just be the different contact details that I'll be providing. Right? So just to run through, Hibiscus Foundation for Social Welfare is the organization that I've started, and it works on health, sustainability, and gender equality. In the last year, it's impacted about 30,000 people in different capacities. JobsLink is an employment portal. It has impacted over 50,000 people in the last year. Question Cloud is an education training portal. All the three are global in nature. They work in different countries. They're all online. And the next is a university. It's a college under a university, and it essentially has it works on art and science education, and it has over 5,000 graduates. And the final company is something that works on sustainability, clean energy, and agricultural produce. It's called British Agro Products. Right? So to talk about the project by itself. So now I always say that health by itself is a transnational issue. It impacts every single one of us, and a national response is not enough to curb a transnational problem, especially in a situation like COVID-19 that we have seen in the last few years. We know that one country is solely reacting, a region solely reacting, to the situation is not going to help. Right? We need equitable distribution of resources, and I think BRICS having one of the most number of populated countries in the whole world and having a network across multiple continents, I think it's very important us as the youth of the country take a leading stance on different topics, especially targeting the subtopics of SDG 3, which is health and well-being, right? Maternal mortality rates, neonatal mortality rates, TB, malaria, communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases, mental health, universal health coverage, sexual and reproductive health rights, substance use and tobacco control. I think these are very, very vital topics that the youth need to be at the forefront of. Now, we can afford to be at the forefront of this. We need to be at the forefront of this because we can make a difference that other populations might not be able to. Right? So talking about health by itself, I just want to really talk about the fact that health is not isolated. If I'm working on health, it doesn't mean that I'm the only one that can work on health. Right? Every single person working on anything has something to do with health. If you're working on poverty, you're working on health. If you're working on hunger, you're working on health. If you're working on gender equality, or if you're working on clean energy, you're working on justice, everything has something to do with health. Right? So what we essentially will be doing in the summit, the Health Literacy Summit, it'll happen sometime in the mid of next year. We'll have experts coming in, youth coming in with their projects, their work, and we'll be coming up with methods in which the youth can proactively contribute to curbing the misinformation and accelerating health literacy in these countries. Right? And the different things that we deliver in these different organizations that I would be happy to offer to any person, any youth over here is pro bono and sliding scale counseling services, guided imagery sessions, different workshops on women empowerment, youth empowerment, health-based workshops, medical consultancy, legal consultancy, employment for international freshers, especially the youth, skill development training, personality building, testing portals, etc. You can always access all of this. You feel free to reach out to me, and even if you're not in a position to be able to afford any of these, we'd be happy to give them to you free of cost. Right? The things that you can do to help us is we do have a predominant amount of funding, but we would require a lot more to actually see this to fruition. We would love to collaborate and partner with any organization here, especially if they're working in the BRICS countries and they're from the BRICS countries themselves. We'd love for you to participate with us, volunteer with us, and help us expand to your country if you're already not working over there. Right? We'd be happy to set up a base in your country as well, and see where we can go from there. And just to conclude, Why the youth? Because we are inheriting tomorrow's world, and we are a huge demography. We are tomorrow's future, and we need to be frontline warriors. And again, a national response is not enough. And we need to make a multi-sectoral and a multi-stakeholder approach, which essentially means we need to target different sections, not just health, and come together to talk about health and understand how health is in every part of every discussion and everything that we do on an everyday basis. Right? And finally, can everyone take part? Yes, because again, health is not isolated. And let's, honestly step together as a collective and address problems. And I do understand that a few people that went before me did have health related, projects. And I would be happy to, have them collaborate with this project and, go ahead, because if you're all going to be working on the same thing, then I can completely tell you that, pooling in resources would actually help us make more of an impact than otherwise. And that's my contact details. I'll be happy to take any sort of questions from anyone.
Thank you so much for such impressive and well-structured project. Thank you so much. Could you highlight which kind of approximately other section in the frame of your use you will organize about the health?
I'm sorry. Can you please repeat the question?
Yep. Yep. Okay. Could you list the other section in the frame of your summit that you are going to organize? You mentioned the health and others.
Right. Okay. No, so health and others, essentially, I'm talking about different aspects of health by itself, right? So when we, let me just go back to that slide. This would be the different subtopics underneath it, right? So it will focus on the different aspects of health by itself. And it will also focus on health justice, so health and human rights aspects, the aspects of, people actually being able to accessibly reach health by itself, because a lot of people even before me said, health is not exactly cheap to avail in a lot of countries, and I do appreciate all the countries that actually give free medical health care, but it's not the case for all countries, right? So when that's the circumstance, I think it's really important that, we work toward understanding how we could accessibly deliver those services. So that rights would be one of them. Poverty by itself, the organizations that work on poverty alleviation, and the other SDGs as well, like clean energy, pollution has a huge impact on health. And right now they're talking about climate change and how much of an impact it's been having, especially on marginalized communities, especially women, people in the minority sectors, migrant workers, refugees and all of them. So all of these would be the sub facets of health by itself that we'd be covering, and we'll have experts coming in each of these fields, youth experts, and we would have advisory capacity experts as well, who would be much older, experienced in the field, and that is how we intend for this to go. I would love it as well. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. The interdisciplinary approach is extremely important, and it's quite good that you understand it. Thank you so much, dear colleagues, dear experts, students. Do you have any questions to our talk?
Maybe just a single one. Thank you for the presentation. Really relevant issue, I would say. Health literacy is something that you should be aware of. That's for sure. The question is, it's maybe a bit silly, but I didn't get it from the presentation. In what kind of format would you want to organize the summit? So it is online, hybrid, whatever, offline.
Yes, thank you so much for asking. And I don't think that was silly at all, just for the record. Thank you for asking. I actually missed that point. So like I mentioned, one of the colleges that I would work closely with, the Arts and Science College, so they would be happy to actually facilitate the whole forum for us in person, but provided COVID doesn't, take a toll on the country and everyone else, but yeah, so that the initial idea is to host people. The accommodation would be free of cost. The food would be free of cost. The idea is for it to be 3 days. It's for 3 days, and yeah, it's just the travel expenses that we're hoping to get fundings for. And yeah, so that's pretty much. I hope that answers your question.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you so much. And we also wish you the implementation of your project. And now let me give the floor to the next presenter, Mohammed, who will present us the United Nations Intensive Training for the Young Diplomats. Please, you're welcome. Mohammed, you have right in the chat that you are ready. Please, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Am I audible? Yeah, thank you very much. Let me share my screen first. Is it visible now?
Yep, you can start.
Okay. So the topic of my project is UN intensive training for young diplomats. We are going to organize this project about the training for young diplomats. Let me discuss something about the organization to whom I am the president. The Fikre Iqbal Society is a registered legal A category NGO in Pakistan under the Ministry of Home, Government of the Punjab. So we are working since 2018 and we have 4 major programs: quality education, number 1, number 2 is capacity building, number 3 is youth empowerment, and 4th one is international cooperation. And under the program, which is international cooperation, we are running some kind of projects about the international cooperation, diplomacy, and such kind of other topics. So under this program, we will arrange this project, which is UN intensive training for young diplomats. So we have a legal organization, and we will arrange this project by the platform of this organization. Something about me I want to share here. I am the chairman of this organization, and I have done Master of Science in Project Management and International Relations as well, along with the Bachelor in IT. Along with this diversity of qualifications, I have some experience as well as the chairman of this NGO and as a motivational speaker in Higher Education Commission of Government of the Pakistan. So I have some formal positions as well. Okay. Let me next. Yeah, the main goal of our project is to create awareness among future diplomats of UN member countries regarding international affairs and diplomacy. So this is the main goal, which only we will work, and we will work on the awareness. So the project description is: UN is the world's largest international organization, which established probably in 1945. The potential is huge, but unfortunately, the problem is the youth of its member states are facing many diplomatic problems, like lack of comprehensive understanding and conflict resolutions among them. So this project is intended to cope those problems, which then can generate future diplomats that understand perfectly the condition of every UN member state and be able to perform their role in a good way. And it will held in Pakistan, the capital of Pakistan, in Islamabad, physically offline. There is no online program. It will be the offline, and it will held in Pakistan. Okay. Criteria for the participants and who will be the participants for this program: young diplomats, students, head of organizations, or activists of international relations as well. Age of which ranging from 20 to 35, citizen of UN member countries, maybe 193 countries, and we will invite 193 participants. At least each country will send at least one participant for this training program. They should be able to speak English, and 193 participants will be here. And our expected stakeholders will be UNESCO, United Nations, Education, Scientific, Cultural Organization, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, International Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum from Turkey as well, IYESF from India as well, policy makers, government of all participant countries, international youth organizations, media, parliamentarians, and some other organizations from Russia as well, like Delegate organization, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan, will be the major partner or stakeholder in this project to arrange this program in Islamabad. The timeline for this project will be 14 days, and we will arrange 6 types of activities. Number 1 is networking. We will arrange some networking sessions. Then we will arrange diplomacy trainings. And in this segment, we will invite our trainers from different areas of the world, which have the expertise on diplomacy, like summit diplomacy, preventive diplomacy, and all kind of cultural diplomacy, economic diplomacy, and other types of diplomacy on which they will have a grip. And then those trainers will give training to the participants during the forum, during the training conference. Okay, then we will arrange communication and public speaking training as well, along with language sessions, maybe we will arrange some French sessions on French language and some other languages which are international languages. So then we will arrange dialogue on current problems of every UN member state. It is very important as well, because in this 21st century, without diplomacy, without international relations, we cannot survive. Every country is looking forward to get in collaborate with each other, not some specific countries. We all are together. We all should be together, and we will train our youth. We will train our youngsters to be a good diplomat and come in front to get in collaborate with other countries and do diplomacy with them. How we can work together, how we can move together, and we will give them training. And in this session, we will arrange a dialogue session on current problems, and the ambassadors of every country from Pakistan, like ambassador of Russian Federation, ambassador of India, ambassador of Turkey, and other countries as well, will come in this session from Pakistan. And our participants will make dialogue with them. What are the actual problems and how we should cope them? So, ended by a publication of academic writing of participants, then we will write down the solutions as well, along with the suggestions, and we will publish these all kind of things which we will perform or do during the training. And after this program, after the 40 days training, 14 days of training, we hope we will train more than 193 participants, which will be the young diplomats after training, and we will make a new forum based on those trained diplomats, which will be the young diplomats from 193 countries. And this forum will move forward to contribute their services voluntarily in the world to remove the challenges, to remove the misconceptions, and empower the respect among each other with a good diplomacy. So expected results of this project will be comprehensive understanding of condition of UN member states. Number 2, stronger cooperation between young diplomats, especially erasing bad stereotypes and planting respect among one another. It is very important, because in this world we should promote respect and to try to understand the ideology, try to understand the thinking of everyone, of every state, of every individual. Maybe every state has its own national interest, but if we want to live together and make the world a better place for living, then we should move in cooperation, in collaboration with good diplomatic affairs under the environment of good diplomacy. So develop skills of young diplomats as well. In this section, we will work on this as well. Establish an international young diplomat forum, as I earlier said. So these are all about our project. So let me conclude my project presentation. This project will have a great positive impact on upcoming years as well, because the world is turning towards new world orders as well, because it is the era of multilateralism. So we should work more on it. But the community which is youth, it is a basic and important element of every country. Like Pakistan, we have the youth of 60%, which are between 20 to 30 age probably. So we want to utilize them and support and empower them along with the youth of all UN member states. Let's come together, learn diplomacy. The last thing is, which is the, I want to share here with my all colleagues, and it is every youngster, maybe he or she will be an engineer, maybe a doctor, maybe a good bureaucrat in their own countries. But the important thing is they must be a good diplomat if they want work with the other countries, if they want collaborate with other world countries as well. Then it is not enough to be a doctor just, it is not enough to be a psychological professional enough, it is not enough sufficient to be a good teacher, but along with these professional skills, they must be a good diplomat if they want to serve other communities in the world. So it is the main idea behind our project, which will we arrange in Pakistan, in Islamabad, under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and with the collaboration of OIC and other international organizations. I hope we will get partners from here for our project, and we will invite at least one candidate from every country in this project. So that's all from my side. So if you guys have any questions, I am here to answer your questions.
Thank you so much for such interesting project and for a relevant project, and I am sure that you will find the partners for it. So dear colleagues, dear experts, do you have any questions and suggestions?
Yes. Hello. Thank you for your presentation. Yes, it is very interesting. Straight to the point. Yes, diplomacy is a soft weapon of our times, and yes, it should be developed in every country. So we here in our project office of Youth Cooperation in BRICS Russia in Ulyanovsk city, where we're based, already have done something similar, and it is called the School of Diplomacy. Actually, School of Diplomats. Yeah, but it's a new project. We're just going to have it. We will share the information with you on the dates, and we'll be happy to share our experience, and we will cooperate with you. It is actually pretty much exactly the same idea, just done for the first time in the other country. For us, it's here. So we will be happy to be your partners, and yes, I will email you. Just can you give us a slide, the last, where is your contact details? Because we haven't seen it right yet.
Yeah, let me share my contact details. Yeah, this is my official email address. Is it visible?
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
It will be better if you text in the chat your contacts, and it will be available for all of us.
Yeah, I thank you so much for your appreciation and accepting my invitation and proposal. And it will be a great journey to work in collaboration and between the international organizations from Pakistan and other countries as well. You all are welcome to this program or project. Thank you very much. Any other who want to share something?
Thank you.
If you let me, thank you for the presentation. Good issue you're addressing. It's not actually a question, it will be more like a recommendation. So as a scale you address is actually the largest, the biggest possible, I would recommend you to do some testing points. I mean, testing events as well. So start with like 5 countries, then 10, 15, and so on. So to make the format and the work you want to do consistent. You know what I'm meaning? I'm saying that it should be good, planned, and structured by the moment you want to organize it. And when you by that moment, when you will have done several projects with a smaller scale, in a smaller scale, by the moment you want to organize this event, you will have enough experience, you will have enough knowledge, you will have enough enough ideas of formats you want to collaborate on. So that's what I'm saying. It's just a little recommendation for future event, nothing else.
All right. We will follow your instructions as well. We will work on it as well. Thank you for your suggestions and recommendations.
Thank you so much. Any other questions, suggestions? No questions, no suggestions. Thank you so much for your project. We also wish you the implementation of your project, and our section works. You have the partner, you have found it. So thank you very much. And then let's go to the next presenter who will present us the project, training young village women based internship skills and provide with small grants. Please, Salamat, you are welcome. The floor is yours.
Good evening, dear organizers, dear experts, dear participants. Please let me introduce my project. My project is a social educational project for young women, entrepreneurship basic training for vulnerable village young women in Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan is independent mountains country in Central Asia. Population is 6 million people approximately. You can see here the photos of Bishkek, capital of the Kyrgyz Republic. Women in Kyrgyzstan, about 3 million people. 64% of women live in rural area in villages. This is a statistic of National Statistical Committee of the Kyrgyzstan. Problem statement: Kyrgyz young village vulnerable women has no opportunity to study, work, and improve their skills in their villages. Most young women age 18-35 years old. They take care of their family and children. They don't attend any courses, but they have, of course, dreams. Goals of the project is first to give the basic entrepreneurship skills to 100 vulnerable young women in villages of Kyrgyzstan. Second, motivate village young women to further improvement of skills to get education and open own small businesses in villages. And third goal is provide the best business projects with small grants. 5 projects will be selected. Training program consists of 12 modules: design thinking and problem discovery, market research and conversations with customers, customer personas, business model canvas, product market fit, market sizing, digital and social marketing, creating a company, investment in startup company, branding, and accounting, financial model, and investment readiness to pitching. So location, training location and training period. 2 districts of Kyrgyzstan, most poor region of Kyrgyzstan, Naryn and Batken regions. And training will be conducted in 5 days, 20 participants, young women from villages, total 100 young women. Approximately date of the project, April, May 2022. So approximately I have calculated the cost of the project. It is $16,982 USD. It consists trainer cost, accommodation, lunch, coffee break, training room, training materials, stationery for training, and of course small grants. We want to provide small grants in amount of $1,000 for each participant. Project outcome: 100 vulnerable young women aged 18-35 taught and improve the basics of entrepreneurship skills in Kyrgyzstan. The best 5 projects received small grants in amount $100 and started their businesses in villages, which brings income. 100 young women have networking within the group and have opportunity to receive all training, grant opportunities, information through alumni Telegram channel of the project. So thank you for your attention. My contacts here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for such relevant topics. Dear colleagues, do you have any questions? No questions. Maybe I have a question. Which kind of topics you were supposed to discuss with young women, and which kind of products they need to develop? Which kind of topics?
They can develop any business plan.
Startups.
Startups which brings income.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? So no questions. Thank you so much. We also wish you to implement your project because it's extremely actual and relevant for all countries. Thank you. And now let's pass to the next presenters who will focus on the eco-friendly cities. So dear colleagues, Marina, Sofia, Tatiana, you're welcome. The floor is yours.
Sorry, can you see the presentation?
Not yet now.
Not? Okay, just a second, please. And now?
Not yet, no. Oh, now we can see it.
Oh,
okay. Full screen.
Okay, so hello, dear guests. We want to present you our project, which is dedicated to eco-friendly cities, and I want to give the floor to the one of my colleagues, to Sofia. And Sofia, please, can you say more about our project?
Thank you very much, Marina, for sharing me the floor. Marina, can you please do the full screen presentation?
So I'm sorry. Yes,
Presentation. Okay, yes. So hello everyone. As Marina introduced me, my name is Sofia. I'm the project officer at Sdgs and Youth Russia, and also I'm doing the same in Center for Sustainable Development of Ouro Federal University. And here we decided to share our views on how we see the eco-friendly cities. Next slide, please, if you may. Slide is still the same.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I can.
Yeah, now it's better. Yeah. So I would like to give you a short introduction of what we do in our university and why we have came up to this idea of sustainable cities and eco-friendly cities. We have a scientific center to study the sustainability. Currently, we have a big project called Youth and SDGs 2030. It includes 3 main parts. And one of these parts is our project, Eco-Friendly Cities, as a kind of scientific research and youth roundtable discussion that we have conducted on eco-cities. Next slide, please. So you may see here we have a number of youth roundtables and discussions. Eco-friendly cities was the last topic in our youth discussion on October 30, when it was World Cities Day discussion at Ouro Federal University. And as a result of one of our discussions at that roundtable, we understood that we need to expand our ideas to the other forums to share our ideas with the world. And one of our participants at this round table were Marina and Tatiana, and they have presented an idea of eco-friendly cities. We have developed this idea, and here we will share with you some suggestions, some practical suggestions, and not a big roadmap how to build an eco-friendly city, but what we can locally implement. So thank you. That was kind of introduction to our project, and I'm giving floor back to Marina.
Thank you for giving me the floor, but I'm giving the floor to Tanya. Tanya, please, can you start our presentation?
So thank you. What is eco-city in our understanding? Eco-city is more about an eco-district. It's where residents live compactly, comfortably, without the need to make great and long trips to satisfy their own needs. Everything that may be needed for satisfying life should be within walking distance. The streets should have as much green space as possible. There should be more walking and cycling infrastructure. Our team has studied a great number of different environmental projects around the world and their structure, and we have identified the most compelling and easy to implement projects in other cities. So the first one is that first we propose for consideration the introduction of a smart street lighting system. Light sources must operate on alternative energy, for example, the energy of the sun or the energy from recycled rubbish in the winter. Also, lanterns should be equipped with motion sensors so that the light comes on only when there is a movement nearby and doesn't work all the time without interruption. And this is important because, firstly, no extra energy is wasted. Secondly, light sources are less susceptible to break down due to the fact that they don't work endlessly without interruption. And what will we get as a result from the creation of smart lighting system? As its low costs due to renewable energy sources and less frequent breakdowns. So that's all I've got to say. I'm giving the floor to Marina.
Yeah, thank you. And now we want to move to our next idea. We emphasize the importance of amelioration of abandoned spaces, especially in city centers. And for example, abandoned metro lines, spaces under bridge, they can be turned into underground paths for cyclists and pedestrians. This project will secure road traffic and reduce the number of traffic jams. And in addition, the kinetic energy of pedestrians can be used effectively. The path could be covered with special material that accumulates the energy of steps, so that can be a source of lighting for the street. And now we want to move to another point. It is about encouraging people. Not a single environmental project, no matter how elaborate and carefully considered it may be, it cannot be successfully implemented without the desire of citizens to support it. Unfortunately, there is still a huge number of people who don't understand the full significance of ecology. They don't understand the danger of climate change and their impact on the environment. We emphasize the importance of eliminating the illiteracy of the people. So that's why we propose to create certain programs dedicated to sustainable development and ecology. This is an essential point because without it, other projects will be useless. It is vital to cultivate responsibility in the population of the planet so that people can understand and be aware of their impact on the environment. And in this slide, you can see a short summary of each topic that we have already mentioned. And contact us if you want to get the full presentation. We will send it to you. In conclusion of our speech, we want to say that we understand that all the initiatives are costly and time-consuming, but we are confident that this is an investment not only in today, but also in the future of our next generations. So that's that's all we wanted to say. But first of all, I want to say, I want to give the floor again to Sonia. Please, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Marina. At yesterday's presentation, we have received a number of questions. However, we didn't manage to somehow try to add some new answers from this question from yesterday. That's why I would like to share with you some of them. Yesterday, we have received a question, how we can implement those technologies in least developed areas. And we had a little bit of discussion on how we can do that. So we think that the technologies that we propose, I mean, the smart lighting and pedestrian streets and areas should be implemented firstly at the developed areas so we can test it where it can work. However, the motivation and encouraging system can work for any society because, you know, what everything starts with is education. And we would like to see the scheme, if we are really to implement this project, is education first and afterwards all the technologies. So if there might be any questions about least developed areas and implementation of this project there, we already have an answer to that. And it was a great pleasure being here with our team. You may see our contacts, and we are all from the Ural Federal University in Yekaterinburg and Center for Sustainable Development. Thank you, and back to Marina.
Thank you, Sonia. And frankly speaking, that's all we wanted to say. If you have any question, you can ask us now. Don't hesitate to ask a question. It's important. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much for such interesting and very close for me topic associated with the green cities or smart cities or sustainable development of the cities. Dear colleagues, do you have any questions or suggestions? Okay, I have some advice for you for your future. The project that you have presented, it's a great start. However, in the future, you need to to give them more details and more concrete object, because the small cities are quite different. Large cities, medium-sized cities, and as well, and different technologies you need to perform it. And for the next projects, you need to make some concrete case studies. It will be excellent. And you need to analyze the flows of materials and flows of energy to implement the eco city or green city or smart city. You can name it as you want. Thank you so much. It's excellent start for you. Thank you. And others?
Thank you, Anna.
So I also wish you the implementation of your ideas and approach. And now let's go to the next presenter, Timur Selimov, who will present us the project to use BIS. Please.
Yeah, good day, worship organizers and worship participants of this conference. So yeah, I'd like to present the project which we have been working with our team on for a recent while. So can you see my screen now?
Yep, please make the full screen.
I'll try. Like this?
Press F5.
It's here, I think. Is it visible?
Yep, it's visible.
Okay, guys. So I'd like to start with a quick question for you. So could you please raise your hands, those who has ever participated in startups? Or at least who has heard of it? Thank you, Kadam. Thank you, Akilan. Right, thank you, guys. So then our project will come in handy for you if you're gonna keep up doing this amazing thing, because our project, Youth Peace Community, is an international community for young entrepreneurs and investors. Sounds intriguing, isn't it? So let's dig into some details. What's our mission? Our mission is to provide young entrepreneurs, investors, and corporations with the United International Platform for the Future Cooperation. Our second mission is to boost international business interactions among the youth. As we know, there is tendency in the world of globalization and internalization, and we know that the youth should be kind of on a peak of this trend. So our mission is to boost the interest of the youth to the business and support them. And the third mission is to build sustainable international community, which comes as a result of the aforementioned aspects. That is our mission. What are our goals? They are more concrete. By the end of 2023, we plan, and I hope we are going to attract 150 startup entrepreneurs. At least now I know 4 of them, right, guys? Thank you again for participation. Then 10 corporations, 20 investors. Our team is about to release.
Timur, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but we see your first slide. Is it correct?
It is not.
Okay.
Maybe like this?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for informing me. Then I'll continue. Our team is about to release 5 courses on bringing a product or service to the international market. The courses are going to be released on the aforementioned platform, which we're about to develop. And we are also about to gather 1,000 participants into the community. That is our goals. What about market? Is it ready for such a breakthrough? It is. If we talk about worldwide market, there are 137,000 startups per day. Can you imagine this number? And all of these guys, they need support. And I believe there are a lot of the youth in there. 50 million of new companies are registered per year, and also 305 million of startups in different sectors of world economy are boosted every year. As we know, this world market is constantly changing, and thus there is a need in the let's say in the uniting platforms, because there are several issues of target audience of investors, I'm sorry, foreigners, of startuppers, investors, and corporations. What are these main issues which our project is about to help to resolve? Entrepreneurs or startuppers, they usually don't understand the specifics of a different market. For example, if an entrepreneur from Russia is about to be present on the market of India, he needs to dig into some cultural and linguistics and economical aspects. The aim of our platform is to connect investors, entrepreneurs from India to those in Russia and help them understand each other better. As for investors, it's gonna be a less energy and time-consuming search for a relevant startup. Again, as I said, we are about to connect the partnership countries together and thus help them to kind of ease these procedures of searching for partnership. And for corporations, we know that there is a tendency of engaging into the youth entrepreneurship among corporations. So it will lessen the cost of time and other resources when searching for highly qualified specialists. Again, corporations are interested in the youth because we are ambitious, we are full of energy, and our platform YouthBit will help them to accomplish this aim. Let's go to more specific details to business concept. So again, I'd like to mention our target audience. It's young entrepreneurs from Russia and from foreign countries, which are both studying in Russian universities and abroad. It's investors and corporations, and our mission to connect them all. Then our key partners. It's HEIs, so it's institutions and universities in Russia and abroad, incubator programs in Russia and abroad, entrepreneurs in Russian Federation and abroad, corporations, investors and entrepreneurs clubs, and international funds. We hope that they will support our platform because, again, it's beneficial for both sides. What about channels of income? How our project is going to be financial supported? So we are about to get financial resources from conducting forums, meetings, online and offline both. Then from percentage rate of corporate collaboration and startups, recruiting, collaboration interest rate of investors and startups, and club membership fee. Also, where is an income, there is an expenditure. What about expenditure? Our platform will be in need for financial resources for platform development, marketing, salaries, rental of premises and equipment for the course filming, and of course, speaker fees. Now, I would like to dig into details of timeline of our project. So in year 2022, we are about to establish strong communication with the Russian higher institutions of education. We know that in Russia, both in Moscow and in regions, there are a lot of foreigners which also would like to engage into business in Russia. And our aim by the end of the 2022 to unite them all, to connect them together, and to make them share the experience, which will help them which will help us to boost the internship in Russia. By the end of 2023, we would like to come on the e-platform with our site, which will help to spread our platform among the world. We are about to set up exchange programs for entrepreneurs abroad. How it will work? It will work this way. For example, a student from Russia wants to organize a business, again, let's say in India, in our strategy partners, and our platform will help him or her to get a scholarship, to get training in India, to get first-hand experience, and maybe even to assist a real businessman in India, then come back in Russia and share cultural experience, hence boosting the communication and interactions between these two countries. At Russia and India is just an example. We are about to make it worldwide. Then, by the end of 2024, we are going to release an application, which will, again, coming back to target audience, help even more to connect investors and entrepreneurs. And we are going to expand our mentor programs. Of course, it's hard work, but it's our aim. Then, then we would like to come to objectives. Here you can see a table. I will give you just 30 seconds to briefly read through this. It's anticipated numbers which we are about to achieve. I firmly believe that we are able to find this amount of institutions, both in Russia and abroad, which are really interested in international communication and business interaction as well. So I believe that these numbers are more than achievable with the help from our partners, of course, international in the first place. That is it. I would like to say a few words about our team, about the people whom we are making this wonder come true. It's Podlesnova Daria. She's the head of our project. Anna Maria Skurtu, she's our finance director. Me, Selimov Timur, I'm a kind of creative director there. And Alborova Alisa, she's our designer. Worship organizers and participants of our forum, I would like to thank you for your time, and I'm ready and eager to answer all your questions regarding our platform and project.
Thank you so much. You have the structure yet. So you have organization structure. It's great, and you have the measurable parameters of your business plan. It's also quite good. So thank you for a well-designed project. And dear colleagues, do you have some questions concerning the project? No questions?
No, just maybe just a little recommendation as we're working with business incubators and all of that business development programs and in the Federal Agency for Youth Affairs as well. The little recommendation is to think of the resource, I mean, the even financial resource to start with. I mean, to think of the place where you can get some resource for you to start. The team, perfect. To think of the maybe enlarging the team to some extent, and think of the resources you want to have from the very beginning. I mean, negotiations are good, but the base of this like financial base should exist like from very beginning. That's a little recommendation for you to think of. That's all.
That's a crucial retort. Thank you. Is there any possibility that we can get such a financial support from Rosmolodezh, or it doesn't really go along with the interests of the organization?
It does. Generally, it does. There are lots of things you can participate in, including the our grant competition. But think of the first of all the Russian scale project, like, I mean, to involve all Russian like startups in one platform, and then go on and further say like you received the grant for making the platform for Russian startups, and then it could grow up easily. So that's the way. And there are also a program for young entrepreneurs which has been just released, I guess. I mean, the program for support program for young entrepreneurs, you can find it in our official website. I can share the details with you a bit later, where you can also participate in. So again,
thank you. Yeah, I would love to find out more about this program.
Sure.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, and we also wish you good luck and implementation of your project. And now let's pass to the next presenter, who will focus on the future is green, climate crisis, youth leadership, and green jobs. So, Brushal Kadam, the floor is yours.
Yes, I'll just share my screen.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Yes, is it visible? You can not visible, not yet. But yeah.
Is it now?
Not yet now. It's uploaded. Let's wait for a second.
Sure.
Now we can see it.
Yeah, I think it got frozen. Just a second. Okay, is it visible now?
Yep, is it visible? You can start. Thank you.
Okay, great. So the topic of my presentation is the future's green, climate crisis, youth leadership, and green jobs. My name is Vishali, and I work as a research associate for CASA India. We are India's premier, one of the premier rather, humanitarian and rural development organizations. My presentation, I don't know if you can view it, but it was divided into 7 parts, but I'll be very quick. So the climate crisis, as we all are aware of how the IPCC report has alerted the world really on the ongoing climate crisis and how worse it gets for humanity with rising global temperatures, rising sea levels, extinction of animals and bird species. So just a couple of facts on that. So we are acquainted why this project is important to us. All of this will be potentially exposing millions to very drastic events. And it seems like we are on the edge. And the future must be green for us and the coming generations. And green and clean energy is the need of the hour, I suppose. With CASA, we were established in 1947, and our initial focus was on providing immediate relief to victims of natural and human-induced calamities. And today we are a premier relief and development organization in India, and our primary objective today is to strengthen the poor and the marginalized communities and groups through sustainable development, which also interlinks and leads to social justice and self-sufficiency. We consistently work with marginalized and vulnerable sections of Indian society, including tribals and Dalits and scheduled caste groups. We partner with local communities and with corporations, academia, and other faith-based organizations. We are independently operational in over 5,000 villages across 26 Indian states. So that's most of the country. And in COVID alone, we impacted about 5 million people, to say the least. We also follow up with the UN processes, especially the global goals, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and some of them are quite active in the arena of CASA's work. We are also very familiar with climate change and its subsequent effects on the grassroots level in the most vulnerable sections and parts of India. And we work around climate-related hazards and sensitization and disaster management systems and the like. Moving on. So for this project, I'm basically focusing on 3 BRICS plus focus areas, which is youth leadership, entrepreneurship, and public diplomacy. The idea basically is to introduce green jobs at the grassroots level as India further goes into exploring clean and green energy and any such climate-friendly initiative really due to the urgent climate crisis. And this would provide the perfect opportunity for Indian youth, especially at the grassroots, to be trained and involved in the process, not only as workers, but also at the decision-making level at some point eventually. We often underestimate what youth from the grassroots, vulnerable youth can bring to the table in terms of leadership. And with, I think, with appropriate handholding from civil society and governments and even our BRICS friends together can help bridge this gap. And I think it's also crucial to highlight the fact that gender and youth leadership is also something that needs to be addressed, because the moment we picturize youth, we see a bunch of young men usually. So there's not a lot involvement in that sector. So I think young girls and women could be included in this as much, and also gender and sexual minorities. Furthermore, I would especially look for guidance from government authorities and experts, as we at CASA, certainly we have the human resource for youth leadership initiatives like that. But we would certainly love some kind of guidance on this. And secondly, in terms of entrepreneurship, I think it's important to even look at the concept of entrepreneurship in a way that we truly look at it from a grassroots level, as opposed to the general view of someone coming up with an idea out of the box. So because the idea essentially of this project, the second half of it with entrepreneurship, is to engage youth, tradition, culture and climate all together, as that would not only ensure youth involvement, but also infuse indigenous aspects, I think. And CASA works with the most marginalized communities who have these crafts and talents that still exist among youth. We also have initiated various capacity and skill building projects, and we are consistently working with youth as well. So in terms of jobs, the first idea of a green job would be to push these traditional and cultural crafts and talents that are available, that are also sustainable and environment friendly, and that would also prove as a livelihood opportunity, which is also sustainable and to the youth and also to the environment. And secondly, CASA is actually in the works. We have written a green paper, and we are looking at investing into solar, wind, biogas, and diesel as the future of energy. And we still have a lot of research to do on that, but we are on the way to assess our program areas, geographical areas, availability of human resource and such. And also, apart from pushing rural youth, there's also a surge in youth-run clean and renewable energy expertise in India. And I think that would also help with pushing the new technology and the new ideas that are coming to push through these environment and climate friendly initiatives. And secondly and thirdly, the focus area would be public diplomacy. So this focus area is of importance as a BRICS initiative, as all youth must come together to make the contribution valued and known. As an Indian organization, CASA aims at promoting two initiatives which were previously also mentioned today. One being Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India. Atmanirbhar Bharat is self-reliant India, and Make in India, the namesake. And these two initiatives through youth leadership and entrepreneurial engagements. And we also want to highlight climate crisis in that context and provide a green approach towards youth leadership and employment. With the help of various initiatives launched by the Indian government, we can hope to engage with foreign governments, organizations, and youth leaders for further green expertise and experiences through public diplomacy, and with a special focus on BRICS, of course, and any of the Asian organizations, students, experts, scholars, and the like. So this initiative basically focuses on the ongoing climate crisis and clean energy being the need of the hour, which is quite obvious at this point. However, youth involvement in decision making surrounding this unfortunate situation is absolutely negligible, I think. And more importantly, many countries have experienced job loss and unemployment as a in the youth, especially as a direct effect of the COVID-19 pandemic, including India. So with the development of green energy will come green jobs, and linking these two factors with youth everywhere, I believe, is of utmost importance at this point. We all have great ideas that we're coming up with, but climate change is on the rise. And I think if we mix up these things a little bit, it would be a great result. And furthermore, this whole situation with youth and climate, not only in terms of leadership, but I think in the form of grassroots, at the grassroots in the form of employment and entrepreneurship would be a great initiative. And in this way, the result would be rather interlinked and a flagship model of this project, preferably in India, as I've been talking in the Indian context, would be great. And it preferably if it takes root in India, and we would certainly open up to further opportunities for BRICS nations to work on these crucial aspects together. Energy decentralization, capacity building, advocacy, and youth leadership would be just some of the things we can probably cover in these initiatives. And just a couple, I don't know, is my slide visible to you all? Okay, great. So these are just a couple of things. So CASA, like I said, we also engage in UN processes a lot. This was something from the Generation Equality Forum. We have some colleagues here who are also attending this event, and a lot of youth energy, a lot of youth resistance to the current system. And I think when this shouldn't just be like a tokenistic view of youth leadership or entrepreneurship, but it should certainly touch the grassroots. That's where the life is of any nation, I feel. And finally, to conclude, the spirits say you have all the data. I think it's time to do something. So I will conclude the presentation with this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for such a great project, detailed project. I have one question. Could you explain why you have chosen the solar energy, the wind energy, biogas, and biodiesel for your project? Why especially these types of the renewable energy?
Okay, so currently, thank you for the question firstly. So currently in CASA, we are trying to identify, and so far, these are the 4 areas where we think it's feasible for us to do this kind of work. And also the fact that, we are still working and researching a lot. So it's still in the works. Definitely, there's a lot of more potential to this, and this is certainly happening in the near future. But we just thought it would be a great opportunity for to be involved with BRICS and the BRICS youth and everybody involved. And so this is what it was about, really.
Okay, thank you so much. And one more question: what will be the source for the biodiesel? Or biogas?
I have no expertise in that, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Right. So, but if you want, I can definitely check with the experts who have helped us with the green paper, and I can get back to you on that.
Thank you very much. It's a really good project. Thank you. And dear colleagues, dear experts, do you have any questions or suggestions? No question. Thank you very much, and good luck and implementation of your work, because it was critical and quite relevant. Thank you. And now let's pass to the next presenter, who will present the project South-South Cooperation in Trade and Investment. Please, Palgumi Sundaram Biswal, you are welcome.
Thank you, Anna. Can you give me a chance to share my screen?
Not yet now. We cannot see it.
Okay. Now can you see?
Yes, now we can see it. Please, you can start.
Thank you, Chair. Pranam, Ola, Privyet, Namaste, Ni hao, and Hello. Your Excellency, ladies, gentlemen, youngster, and superstar, it is an honor and privilege for me to speak before this august audience. In terms of, I have introduction, the possible areas of cooperation and areas for joint learning, and I make already 5 cases. So, the introduction. As you know, the South-South cooperation is known as the foreign aid, just an example. And as you know, new financing mechanism for trade and infrastructure development in the region need to be placed. And in past scenario decades, you have already seen that the South-South cooperation is also helping in sustainable development goals. It also helps in Agenda 2030, like in economic growth, job creation, and poverty. And as you know, both South-South and triangular cooperation take on many forms, including technical cooperation, knowledge sharing, training, technology transfer, and the promotion of economic cooperation through trade, investment, and infrastructure development. And my second point is the possible areas of cooperation and areas for joint learning. Actually, I have met 21 things, but here I will present approximately 2 to 3 points. The perfect point is urbanization. Second is water dispute. And third is disaster management and disaster risk reduction. And the fourth is managing water quality standard, the case of arsenic. And my next part is attacking poverty, sharing poverty alleviation measure, example like PDS, National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, direct money transfer to beneficiary, non-meal scheme in the schools. Can you hear me? Okay, so
yes, okay.
And I already miss here water disputes and many things. As you know, the water dispute between in many countries, in many oceans. And so I come to the first case. The first case is Pan-African E-Network project. That project is developed by Government of India and collaboration with African Union. As you see, in African Union, our Government of India already make many things like tele-education, telemedicine, voice over IP, information, resources mapping, meteorological service, e-governance, and e-commerce. And the main thing, as you know, we Indians believe that Gandhi Mandela friendship. And here I want to conclude one thing. In terms of sports diplomacy, as you know, the South Africa cricket team already banned in 1970 by ICC. That time, our late sports administrator Jagmohan Dalmia and late Madhav Rao Sindhya play vital role. For their vital role after 21 years, I think 1991 November, South Africa cricket team came to international arena again, as you know, everyone. My second case is South-South Cooperation and Small Enterprises, India, Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania. The thing is, the basic objective is also to encourage indigenous enterprises meet with demand for local markets, keeping in view precocity of foreign exchange and above all generate employment opportunities. India had embarked on an ambitious program for the development of small industries, promotion and development of small enterprises, but also for vocational training and skill development citizen. And as you see, the small medium enterprises, for that national small industry cooperation already helped in these countries like Ethiopia, Kenya. As you seen in 1960s and 1970, like that, Government of India already done many things. And my third case is India, Brazil, South Africa Trilateral Cooperation Forum, which we call IPSA. As you see, IPSA has given 4 priorities around global governance, like to reform global multilateral institutions, to establish an alternative economic and development cooperation paradigm in economic, to strengthen South-South economic cooperation, to consolidate multilateralism through the promotion of the rules-based system and greater equity among states and international level. And I want to show the current scenario. As you know, during South-South Cooperation Day, 3 permanent representative members of India, Brazil, South Africa, they already produced the result fund ongoing project, completed project and project preparing for implementation. As you see, the IPSA fund ongoing projects in Bolivia, Cambodia, Comoros, Fiji, Kiribati, Malawi, and Zambia, Sierra Leone, Zambia, and as you see, mostly contributing to the SDGs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 12, 13, and 17. And next, as you see, completed project 2006 to 2009 from IPSA fund. The countries are Burundi, Cabo Verde, Cambodia, Grenada, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Haiti, Laos, People's Democratic Republic, Saint Lucia, Sierra Leone, State of Palestine, Sudan, Timor-Leste, and Vietnam. As you see, the mostly SDGs are developed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, and 17. And at last, as you see, the project preparing for implementation from IPSA funds, that countries are Eswatini, Palau, Senegal, and 10 countries through the International Solar Alliance. as you see, SDG 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 11, and 15 will be developed. And the best part and the main thing, it's my case number 4, which is India UN Development Partnership Fund. As you see, India always stand for development whole world. As you see, the government of India has committed a total of 150 million over 10 years for this fund, including 150 million under a separate Commonwealth window, $14 million earmarked for countries of the Caribbean Committee, and 12 million for Pacific Island states. And as you see, India already developed those SDGs in Mauritius, Sao Tome and Principe for SDG 3, in Dominica, Liberia, Papua New Guinea, Timor-Leste for SDG 4, and for Mali, SDG 6, for Antigua and Barbuda for SDG 11, and as you've seen, 7 Pacific Island countries for SDG 13, and for Chan SDG 15. And as you see, India already president the United Nations Security Council. As you know, India's 5S approach. First S is Samadhan, which is respect. Second S is Sambad, which is dialogue. Third S is Sayog, which is cooperation. Fourth S is Santi, which is peace. And last S is Samriddhi, which is prosperity. So India always follow the 5S like respect, dialogue, cooperation, peace, and prosperity. As you see, the new opportunities as a rule-abiding democracy and a positive contributor to the security, the global common, India will work constructively with partners to bring innovative and inclusive solutions for foster development. India calls for greater involvement of women and youth to save a new paradigm. And as you see, India always stands for United Nations peacekeeping. Here I mentioned about the women contingent of India, how women contingent work in other countries, like the first all women contingent in peacekeeping mission, a formed police unit from India, was deployed in 2007 to the UN operation in Liberia. And as you see, our CRPF and Rapid Action Force, women counter police officer or women contingent already work in Liberia, and they already encourage the youth of Liberia. And the last thing is India and Russia relation, a friend in need, a friend in deed. So here I, in terms of minilaterals, major defense partners, cooperation in COVID-19 pandemic, economic cooperation in the Russia Far East, energy, transport and connectivity, civil nuclear energy and space, military and military technical cooperation, science and technology, education, culture and tourism, cooperation in UN and multilateral fora. And yes, okay. And as you know, in December 6, Russia President Putin came to India, and he is also invited our delegation, our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, to visit 2020 India-Russia annual summit in Russia. And my last point is conclusion. The conclusion is like the issue of development effectiveness of South-South cooperation has come to the front of development effectiveness discussed in view of the large-scale involvement of financial flows moving horizontally from south to south under a new dispensation. The study proposed a framework that takes into 5 categories: national policy, priorities, elegant, SDG coherence, process efficiency, accountability, modalities to assess the level of policy coherence in the context of SSC. And as you see, in addition to directly contributing to achieving SDG 9, the project are also expected to contribute to attainment of some of the other SDGs such as SDG 1, SDG 2, SDG 7, SDG 8, SDG 10, and SDG 17. And at the last thing I want to say here, as you know, the whole world is at present facing the third wave of COVID-19 and fighting against the same. This will also have impact on the progress of South-South cooperation, and as first step had already been put the goal of achievable sooner or later. And at last, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for a patient hearing. I express my sincere gratitude Youth Forum BRICS for giving me an opportunity to speak at this August gathering. I conclude with the famous quote from Upanishad, Ayang nijo paro konana leguche etasam uddara charitratu vasudhaiva kutumbakam, which means this is mine, this is his, this is her. Say the small-minded, the wise believe that the entire world is one family. And as you know, we are the Indians. We stand for whole world. Whenever Indonesia wants help, we want them. We already help them. Whenever Russia wants help, we already help them. Whenever Brazil want help from us, we already help whole world. So we have to be work like a one family, and we have to be focused from local to vocal to globalization. And another thing I want to conclude here. As you know, we are the midway of SDG 2030. We have 9 years to achieve 2030 agenda. And we already seen African Union already published 2063 agenda. So I suggest everyone that we should promise and we should create awareness how we will achieve SDG 2030 agenda in 2030. If in 2030, if we will not achieve, it will be suck for us, and it will be suck for our senior bureaucrats, senior economists, and senior officials. The way they already done it. If as a youth, as a youngster of, as a powerhouse of nation, if we will don't do anything, then it will be suck. So I want to say we should promise, and anyhow we should create awareness for SDG how it will achieve in 2030. And thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation in such detailed and important project. Dear colleagues, do you have any questions or suggestions? Dear experts?
Well, just want to say thank you to a presenter, because it seemed that how important this project is for him personally, even, and for the team. So it's great to see such kind of a contribution to the things you do. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Anna, actually, my PowerPoint is not closed. Why?
We can't hear you. Some
Hello?
connection.
Hello?
Yep. Yes, now we can hear you.
My PowerPoint is not closing. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. And Anna, any suggestion? And Alexander, any suggestion? As you know, I already served as a young professional in many international organizations, even in Government of India. So any suggestion, I want to hear from you. As you know, you are my senior. If I have done any mistake, then suggest me, feel free, and ask any type of question.
So we have a question because you have made a great presentation and we understood your idea and your abilities to this project and it's very expressive. Thank you so much and we wish you good luck and implementation of your work. It's so important. Thank you.
And Anna, at last, I want to conclude one thing. We already focus South-South cooperation, but as a youth, we are the powerhouse of nation. We have to focus North-South cooperation also.
Yeah, absolutely right. It can be your next project, North-South trade and investment. Thank you so much. And now let me introduce the next presenter, Kiselova Milena, who will present her project, International Center IDEMI. Milena, the floor is yours. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, dear colleagues. Can you hear me, right? And
we can see, but can you make the full screen?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Milena Kiselova. I am a young professional in the field of law, and also I'm interested in the public policy, and this is why we just have started several months ago with my partners the project of International Center on their basis of IDEMI Academy. So a little bit of the historical overview of the academy. So it was established in 2016, and since then we started to cooperate with different entrepreneurs, with different teams in order to provide them our support in coaching of software skills based on the Clifton Strengths test. And the main partner for now is Gazprom Bank, for which we provide the coaching and training assistance. And precisely, we provide them the program Your Vocation that has been created for young people and young professionals for identifying their talents and their strengths. So on this basis of the IDEMI Academy, we decided that it would be beneficial to the society and to our goal to extend our activity to the international community. And on this basis, we formed the International Center of IDEMI Academy. And who we are. It is an educational community for the development of the natural talents, the conscious development of strengths, and professional development. What is our mission? Our mission is working out international constraints, identifying strengths of personalities, lifelong learning based on personal development strategy, and distribution of our knowledge on soft skills to the broader audience. So I will just put it down, sorry. The International Center of IDEMI, it's a platform for expanding the horizons and knowledge of young people in international cooperation, communication, and development of soft skills. We have to get non-formal education in different spheres of life and teach knowledge to practice, not in theory, but the real knowledge that could apply the young professionals, entrepreneurs, and businessmen, and practically everybody. So coming next, you see here is our establisher, our boss, we could say, Ksenia Kashirina. She is their main trainer of our organization. And I want to describe the problems that we want to solve during the activity of the International Center of IDM Academy. It is, we want to eliminate the obstacles on the path of adaptation of foreign students in Russia. We want to provide assistance in revealing personal identity in Russian realities. Also, we see that there is a lack of intercultural competence among young people, which we want to provide. And there is also a stereotypical image of Russia abroad, which we want to eliminate. Also want to kind of provide more active institutional role of youth in the international environment. And we also see that there is a lack of knowledge of youth policy opportunities in the Russian Federation among especially foreign students which come here in Russia and they do not know about these opportunities, and we want to kind of inform them, provide them assistance in the preparation for such kinds of opportunities, events, and forums. Coming next, you see again our team member. This is Daria. She's not present here, but if you will contact us, you will definitely know her better. So the relevance of our project is as prescribed on the slide. Precisely, we want to strengthen young people knowledge and competences necessary for successful activities in the framework of public and professional participation in international youth policy. Also, our intent is to develop a community of youth leaders, young entrepreneurs, public figures in the field of international youth cooperation. We intend to activate youth participation in intercultural communication and also create a positive image of Russia and popularize the country's culture abroad. Our main audience is as follows. First of all, we want to cooperate with the students, Russian international, which are based in Moscow. Now, we want to provide more of offline events in order to provide the more networking activities between these young people. But also, we are interested in cooperation with experts and entrepreneurs as to provide their expertise and additional value to our alumni. We have a special program for parents and school leavers, but it is not like our primary role and target audience, but we also count on them. So the methods of ASA project realization. The main ones are structured here. And generally speaking, we want to provide informal online and offline meetings, conduct educational sessions for international students in form of lectures, seminars, roundtables, and want to form the kind of the active case clubs, English speaking clubs on the permanent basis as to provide some network activities and to form the permanent alumni and community of IDM Academy students and participants. What are our short-term goals till the end of the next year? The quantitative indicators is involvement in the activity of international center of 200 to 500 international students. Also continuous cooperation with 3 to 5 partners of international center. 12 to 15 events and meetings held by International Center of Academy. Qualitative indicators, integral structure of the International Center, harmoniously filled team of the International Center of IDM Academy. Also, ASA's brand awareness in the Russian Federation now. Also, the long-term goals is the formation of a competitive young generation of Russian and foreign students on the territory of Russian Federation. Support for the conscious development of the potential of young people. So yeah, it's kind of very broad, very great, I could say, but we are kind of eager to eliminate these problems that I mentioned before and to level up the youth soft skills and youth talents orientation, professional orientation in Russia, at least till 2026 in this direction. Of course, we want to form the IDEMA Academy alumni community. The networking is one of our main goals. Till 2026, we want to implement a scientific approach to unlocking the potential, the vocation of personality of youth in the education system through cooperation with universities. We already started the negotiations with several Russian universities, like Moscow State Universities, to implement our program, our project, but we still need more partners in this direction. Also, our long-term goal till 2026 is to build a network of representative offices of IDEMA Academy on the territory of Russian Federation and in partner countries abroad. Sorry, skipped a slide. So our partners already is Agency of Strategic Initiatives, Business Model U Community, Run Hicks Students Committee, and Gazprom. So thank you very much for your attention. Here you see our contacts. If you want to know more details of our activity, please go to our website, ideme.ru. Please follow our Instagram, Academy IDEME, and in chat I will double provide these contacts and also my personal Instagram in case you want to connect. And please ask questions, recommendations. I would much appreciate this.
Thank you very much. It's an excellent opportunity for our students to develop their soft skills, and I suppose that today they get acquired with your structure, with your project, and will participate. Dear student, do you have any ideas, questions, or dear experts, do you have any questions, suggestions? No question. It's quite understandable for all of us. Thank you so much. And now we are going to the next presenter, Zarumit Valia, who will present her project focused on the future forward summer 2022. So.
Excuse me, I think it is Suhasini for the role of music.
Yes, I think you've missed one name. Yep.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Right, sorry. I'll just screen share. Give me just a moment. Okay. Just give me one moment. I'm facing a little bit of technical difficulties. Yeah, just one moment. I will have someone else screen share for me. One moment, very sorry. Okay, is my screen being shared?
Yes, we can see it.
Hi, all right. So sorry for the technical difficulties. So just before we were supposed to go on, I was extremely anxious and we had so many really, really good presentations. And the one thing that kept me calm was gently humming to myself, singing songs that I knew, singing songs in a rhythm, in a pace that gave me stress alleviation. And I'm also a music teacher, a musician, and a student of music myself. And I know the importance that music has in our lives. Music has been playing such a pivotal role in the life of humanity for thousands of years. And we need to ask why. And we need to perhaps use that potential in our lives to make our lives better. So that is what I'm going to be talking about. That's okay. Okay. So why music? Music is a human trait that goes back thousands of years. It promotes communal harmony, right? We as a group come together to pray. If we are not feeling quite satisfied in life, we create protest songs. We create songs for expression. And when we sing songs together, we promote a sense of belonging. Music also has a mass impact with a lot of people. If one person is singing, say in a concert, it impacts a lot of people at the same time. It also positively influences a person's well-being. It helps with anxiety, as it is doing to me right now, and chronic pain. And even research has suggested that it helps with depression in some cases. Now, since I am a music teacher, I have had firsthand understanding of what music can do to young children. I have a few students who had trouble speaking because they're very young, they're like 5, 6 years old. And with music and with singing, it really helped them to start talking, to find their pace in life. And I also learned a lot about how it really helps young children and even old people alike. Now, right, so it also positively affects education. Research has suggested with 100% certainty that music really helps with a person's academic performance. It also provides holistic education, and it also in some cases helps children who are finding a little bit of disability in their learning. I also growing up am a person who stutters a lot, and finding rhythm really helped me. It helped me with my education. It helped me with my self-esteem, because without music, I really wasn't much of a person, if I could say so. Now, what can we do with this? As I explained, music helps with education, music helps with our health, and music also helps in bringing the society together. What can we do with this knowledge? There is a lot of cultural differences and a lot of different kinds of cultures we have throughout the BRICS nations, all of them that have their own rich history, all of them which are connected, because I believe that culture is a continuum. It doesn't have a boundary. We could, as the BRICS nations, come together, share our knowledge in music as therapists, as teachers, and as peacemakers. We could bring together all of this knowledge and spread awareness, because we already have musicians, artists, and peacemakers, change makers living all over the BRICS nation. Now what we need is to actually bring it together, have a shared vision. That is what I am presenting here. We could have seminars and lectures on the importance of music and the promotion of SDGs through that. Let me go to the screen back. Music helps with SDGs 3, 4, 8, 10, and 17. Music also promotes intercultural understanding. Like I said, a culture is a continuum. It has a rich history. Therefore, our music is also connected from way back. By understanding these things, we could actually bring cultures together, because a lot of people are afraid of the things that they don't know. They're actually afraid of the cultures that they don't actually know. But by learning the fact that, it's not that different, we can actually spread awareness and bring a little bit of peace. I would like to share a quote in this sense. It is not our differences that divide us. It is our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate those differences. I would like to add to that in saying that we are not entirely that different. We're just a little bit different, but that comes with, you know, a lot of other cultural reasons. Anyway, okay. In this instance, we have actually planned to host a music and health session in mid-2022, around March, April time. It would include relaxation sessions, music therapy, music lessons, and it would also promote intercultural interaction aimed at raising awareness on the positive effects that music, arts, and culture can have in our lives. We can also train our participants in various aspects around music, mental health, and SDGs. I would like to point that during our morning session, we had a presentation on Ethno Art Festival. I forgot by whom it was. I really liked it, and I felt that our ideas were connected. But I would like to add to the fact that we are all trying to celebrate differences. Maybe we should see that we're not all that different. All right, moving forward. The benefits. This is extremely cost effective, and I would like to start with that. I would like to emphasize that we already have musicians, artists, therapists, peacemakers, all of people existing all over the BRICS nation. What we need is a vision, is one idea that brings us all together, and that idea should be to positively impact the health, education, and cultural understanding of the people living in the BRICS nations. It would also improve in education, like I've already mentioned. It would also revitalize our cultural practices, and it would also provide space for artists to interact, because being an artist, I know how hard it is to find employment in such a climate. So having a vision would not just be an incentive to artists, it would also give us a vision to do something more. Yes, thank you so much. That would be my presentation. If you have any questions, I am willing to take all of them.
Thank you so much for such interesting and great presentation of music of all of us. Dear colleagues, do you have any questions? Dear experts, do you have questions? No question. Thank you very much. We also wish you good luck and implementation of your project. Thank you. And
thank you very much.
Sorry, Anna, can I just make a small comment?
Yeah, please. You're welcome.
Yeah, so Asni, thank you so much for the presentation. And I just want to point out that international cooperation and all these events don't always have to be intense. And I think these aspects, holistic aspects and music, and you know, it's really refreshing to be listening to that. So thank you so much for your project.
And thank you for bringing that up. I would like to add that I forgot to mention this entirely. The forums we would be having would not just be open for participants who are already experienced in this. It would we would like for it to be open to the public, to students, to college students who really need this. So it would be definitely focused on that.
Thank you so much for your comments, and discussion is quite good for us that you have communication. And now let's pass to the next presenter. I give floor to Zarumit Valia, who will present the Future Forward Summit 2022. Please, you are welcome. The floor is.
Yeah, thanks so much. I'll just start sharing the screen. I hope you all can see the presentation.
Yes, we can see it.
All right. Yeah, so hello everyone. My name is Rumit Wali. You can see on the screen also. And I'm glad that I've been a part of this. I wanted to be a part of the BRICS schools as well, but due to prior engagement, I was not able to. Although many of our teammates were there in the International BRICS Youth Camp at Livnovsk and other as well. So I'll just start. So the Future Forward is a very simple, but a very complex as well concept, which includes every field on this planet, whatever it is. It may be music, as Suhasini mentioned, it may be diplomatic that our friend from Pakistan mentioned. So it is all the fields that are right now present on the earth, which are working in different areas for economic development and maybe for the environment as well. So this concept is basically about what our future is. I'm sure that we will see, our generation might see the Black Sea and Black Ocean, but they are going to be there because the condition of climate change, the rapid changes that we are experiencing is going to lead to those, not the blue ocean and blue sky, there will be definitely black. So as we have seen in the movies as well. So this concept is actually revolves around that. Before moving to the concept, let me just give you a brief about the organization. So Tears of the Earth is an organization started about a decade ago, and it started actively working from the BRICS Education Conclave itself in 2015, where I met many of the people who are also present here. And the second initiative, down you can see a logo similar to NASA, Roscosmos, or ISRO. You can tell it wherever it seems equal to any of these. So this is actually the Science and Technology Initiative. You can go check out more about that. I'll just move to the concept. Yeah, so about the Future Forward concept, it's basically about Earth and human survival. So right now it's not on the priority, not only awareness is important, not only education is on the priority, and not just the climate activism or the general activism that we see. Right now, the most important thing that we need is the innovation. The innovation to save the planet, but yes, the innovation to save the humans as well. Whatever we are fighting for, I know there are like a lot of issues in the world, gender equality, inequality, and LGBTQ, and education, rural development, women issues. All the issues are equal, but if we don't come together to save the environment, we all will be equally extinct. So this thing we have to keep in mind, that we need to find innovative solutions that can keep us alive in that Black Sea and Black Ocean scenario. So it may be you can say Elon Musk is doing that stuff, or other people are doing that stuff, but we all youth who are working in different fields all need to come and find solutions for that. This is going to be an international summit. These are the three elements of it. So I'll just give you an idea how the summit will go and how it went in 2021. So in 2021, we had different partners, universities all around the world, where these students and PhD scholars and professors presented their idea of how their field, for example, a student in computer science or a student in arts background, how their field can contribute to saving the planet, as well as creating awareness and education to tell the people that now it is really important that we should start caring about the environment as well as for ourselves, because it's we people who are connected with the earth. Earth has always recreated itself, be it the dinosaur era or any other era, but it's about the humans that need to be saved right now. Yes, other species as well. And for that, we need the innovation. So in this summit, we will be opening the applications for all the college students who will submit a small proposal or research or kind of a concept note on how their field is contributing to the destruction or to saving the environment, and what innovations can they bring in their field if they have support or different methods or let's say funding. So these three elements, earthpreneurs and the ground. Earthpreneurs is a new term that we are using for the people, for the entrepreneurs who have green ideas. So because they are on earth, they are doing something for the earth. So we are calling it earthpreneurs. Second is research and innovation. This is what I have told you, inviting the application. And the third is the loop and the sustainability. So there is a loop that we might be, I'll just explain it with a very basic example. We might be going to plant hundreds of saplings, but how we are going to do it? Are we going by using a vehicle that is making the pollution? And so very simply, we are kind of in a loop. So everyone has to understand what exactly is the right thing to do. And that has to be done through the summit, because all the participants who will be submitting this concept note, these proposals to work on the ground, will be given support and methods and collaboration with other organizations who can help them go to the ground level, to the rural areas, to the grassroots level to start implementing their methods. This is the basic timeline we have with us, how the summit will go in 2022. The summit obviously will be just a 1 week or 2 week program, but the follow-up and the starting is actually a full year plan. So we'll start with the International Day of Education, and through that we'll go from Earth Day to Environment Day to International Day of Youth, and then Peace. And by the end of the year 2022, we should have the impact assessment and the outcome document with us. So it's a year-round process, which will require different organization partners in all the countries where we will be from where we will be accepting or getting these concept notes or applications to help those people on the ground to let's say solve the issues that we have. What we bring and hope for is same as any other summit or conference. We hope that a good networking and collaborative opportunity for everyone. And like this BRICS forum, BRICS++ forum, we all have been connecting from chats and WhatsApp group and Telegram. So this is already a huge success, I would say. And I'm hoping the same for the Future Forward Summit. We already have these partners with us, and we invite you all to be our partners. So everyone who has presented, who presented yesterday in all the breakout rooms, who is working on any issues, and want to connect it to the environment and the human survival on the planet, can reach out to us, and we would love to collaborate with them, because this is what we needed. We don't need any other resources. We just need collaboration so that you can help your people in your area to move forward for the future that is green. This is it. And just to end, you can connect with us. And I also have one of my colleague here who was at the BRICS International Youth Camp. He is in Russia. Rishabh, are you there? You can just say hi.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. And special hello to Akhil Bhaiya. He's my mentor and big brother in Moscow. And I will tell, and I want to tell you that I will definitely look forward to meeting people attending this forum with proposals. And I really hope to meet you all in Moscow. If you guys want to know more about us, you can check our website or social media handlers. Ramit will share it with you. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Rishabh. And we hope to, the people in Moscow can meet, Rishabh will meet all of them with the proposals, and all the other people in India, I can meet them wherever they are in, let's say, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. I can go and meet them once this Corona is over. And this is it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or suggestions, please shoot. Otherwise, thank you.
Thank you so much for such interesting event and relevant event. So dear colleagues, dear experts, do you have any questions?
Not from this side. Thank you very much. It was super interesting. Great to meet you guys. Waiting for all the collaborations and cooperation. Thank you.
Well, I have a question.
Please, you are welcome.
I would like to ask that, are you collaborating with any agencies of Government of India, like Ministry of Environment or any similar organizations, which may be helpful in contributing at some extent?
Yeah, so that's a very actually good insight that you have entered. So we are planning to reach out to these different ministries. Let's say for entrepreneurship, we have this MSME and entrepreneurship cell. And yes, the one that you mentioned about the Ministry of Environment and Forest. So once we have this, once we have other partners on board, we can send them a proposal that we already have these international organizations with us. And I hope I can have a meeting with Akhil sir in future, and maybe BRICS can also be a partner with us. And yeah, thank you so much, Ojwal, for the question.
Great.
Thank you.
Sumit?
Yes, Falguni, yes.
Yeah, I want to conclude one thing. Follow 2025, 2020, 30, 2035, not 1 year. Actually, as you know, in Government of India, means long term. They don't want short term, they want long term. So, and I want to encourage you, whatever you do, just share with state government, central government, and other ministry. It will be great for you. And as you know, in 2023, India will organize G20 summit. If your peers and if your project will great, then it will be published in Think 20, which is an engagement group of G20.
Thank you so much, Falguni. I'll make sure I'll keep these points in my mind. Thank you so much.
And at last, I want to thank Akhilji. He was doing great job, and it's an honor for me.
Thank you very much. It was quite useful comments. And I would say that our students of the Institute of Environmental Engineering of People's Friendship University of Russia will also connect your forum and will participate. So let's keep in touch. Thank you so much, and let's go to our last but not the least presenter, Elizaveta Petrovskaya, who will present the annual youth festival at the level of the BRICS countries. Elizaveta, please, you are welcome.
Hello, everyone. Now I will share my presentation. Do you see it?
Yes, we can see it. You can start.
Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay. My idea is annual year's festival at the level of BRICS countries. And I think that it's a good project because all of us are tired of online conference, of quarantine period, and we want to unite in real life. A bit about me. I'm a master's student in international relations and member of an international organization, Youth Student for Peace, as well as I am international volunteer. My idea is to organize a real-life annual youth festival at the level of BRICS countries where innovative entrepreneurs and representatives of local creative industries and non-profit organizations will be able to exchange experience in solving various difficulties, receive the necessary training in the field of sustainable business development, as well as to develop a new project together and to cooperate for future work. Youth festivals for me is a method of growing entrepreneur spirit and innovation and of the developing of international relations. Reasons for this project creation is very easy. It's achieving multiple sustainable development goals because when young leaders will meet each other and make a connection, make networking, in future they will create a multiple number of projects which will be devoted to different sustainable development goals. And by the way, it's a cultural exchange which helps to be one family in this world, in this not easy period for us. How I see it, it's 3 days, 2,500 people from 5 countries and 45 speakers around the world. The place should be different all the time and online translation will be held as well. Topics will be business, IT, volunteering, ecological section, and it will include the lectures, case studies, grant competition, networking, and of course, recreational activities. I know that in many countries there is a government forums, for example, this one, but I suggest a bit different because more people can participate. Usually on such projects, the amount of people not more than 500 people, and it's hard to everyone who wants to be a participant. So I believe that if more people will include in this, the more impact it will have in future. By the way, it will have a higher awareness in the world, attraction of investors to all these projects of young leaders. It will be financed by participants. I suggest to make a free entrance, but accommodation, food, and other stuff will be financed by participants by themselves. And it will be opportunity for local businesses to get profit from provisional of services. And it's a possibility to enrich a student's life by gifting them the participation in this event. For example, if a student is a good student, but he doesn't have enough money to travel to India, for example, to have participation, his university can gift him this opportunity, showing that if you study good, you have it's like people appreciate it in university. And by the way, it will help the advertisement of this forum will help universities to care about students more, and for non-profit organizations to get the fund because they will meet investors. So I think it's a very good opportunity when the COVID will stop. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your proposal. It's quite good and actual for us. Dear colleagues, dear experts, do you have any questions, suggestions, and so on? No question. Thank you so much. I wish you the effective organizing of such events because it's extremely actual for our youth, and you have prepared a good sections structure. So well done. Thank you so much. And now all presenters have shown their projects and we can go to the closing ceremony. Dear colleagues, do you have any ideas that you want to share? Any final words, maybe experts?
If you let me, just say thank you to everybody who participated in a section. You did a great job, every single person, every single team did an amazing job. Special thanks to Akil. Thank you, Akil. Great to see you here and great to be in your event, about which I've heard since 2020. It is a success. My congratulations. Wish it will be annual, and we'll see each other in our future BRICS events as well. And everybody who was here as well is invited to the events which were making in the field of Russia BRICS. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Alexander. Thank you. I suppose that mission is completed and we can close our section. Great job. And your project has shown that we can have the hope for sustainable development is implemented of your project. Thank you so much. And let's go to the closing ceremony.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you, Natalia. It was a long session. We had more than 305 registrations for this program. And from these 305 registrations, we had around 100 projects. These are only few projects we were able to present here. There was planning to organize the event offline, but we had to change it to online. So as Alexander already mentioned that it should be an annual event, we would try to definitely host it annually. Next year, we will be planning to host it offline as it was planned earlier. Thank you for everyone. Thank you that you all participated, and maybe we have already passed lots of time. The session was stretched for a long. So after 5-7 minutes, we can go for a closing ceremony, and maybe if it is possible, we all can open cameras so that we can have group photographs.
Yeah, let's make it.
Акил, я бы хотела поприветствовать людей, молодых людей.
Да, мы сейчас делаем, мы просто делаем один фото.
Я решила, что я буду до фото. Неважно, да.
Okay, I have taken the photographs. Thank you. And we have 3 minutes, so maybe we can wait and then just we can start.
Thank you very much. Похоже, что снимается целый фильм.
Нет, мы фоткали. Теперь
Вы
тоже
отдельно каждого, да?
16:30, только осталось 1 минут.
И нас отключат? И нас отключат?
Нет, никто не отключает.
Mm-hmm.
No, so maybe we can start. Just a brief about the program. As I already mentioned that we had more than 300 applications. Then we had around 100 projects. From these projects, we were able to discuss these projects in the group session. So I think it was very interesting for everyone. But we had some kind of confusions at that time, but it was a good experience for, I think, for us as well, so that in future we could improve it. We have shared one Google Sheet to give your recommendations or to rate it. It would be beneficial so that in future we could keep in mind where we need to improvise. First of all, I would like to thank all our partners because they helped us a lot in organizing and realizing this project. A special thanks to the project office, Sabia, CYL, BRICS World Meet, BRICS World Tradition, Uzbekistan Volunteers Association, RUDN University, Janhit Times team, and the Ulyanovs Foundation. Apart from this, in our team, the founders of this project, Andre, Mem, you guys had a chance to hear him. He is head of the project office for Central Asian countries. Ekaterina, she had presented a project here. Salawat, he was not here, but morally he is with us. Melissa, she is also with us. Then from every coordinator, every project manager, those who were with us, very big thanks, so that you could make this project realize. Now I would ask maybe Lyudmila to start to say some few words to the participants.
Thank you. Dear friends, we sincerely congratulate you on the successful completion of the first BRICS++ Youth Forum and its inspirer and organizer Akil Mohammed. You did a great job, demonstrated your projects, found new partners, which will allow you to successfully develop in the youth humanitarian track of BRICS. We are confident that you will implement your wonderful projects that will serve to unite our peoples and strengthen the foundation of our common home, BRICS. So, BRICS youth, go forward. Good luck to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Lyudmila, for your support. Without you, we were not able to do that. Your help was very much necessary. You connected us with many people. Thank you for your support. Now I would like to invite Kira for her closing words.
Thank you. So on the part of Russia BRICS Project Office of International Youth Cooperation, I would like to express our gratitude to all the participants, all the dear experts, all the partners of the forum, and of course to the father of this project, the founder and chairperson of International Youth Edu-Skills Foundation, president of Asian Students Association of RUDN University, and also an honorary member of our Russia BRICS Project Office, Akil Mohammed, my very good friend. And we are very happy to be the part of this BRICS Plus Forum, which gathered us all together for these 2 days. It is an excellent illustration of how an idea becomes a reality
with the help of project management tools. I congratulate you all with the successful completion of the event. Please stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Kira. If we have Raymond with us, I would like to invite you for your closing words. It seems he is not available. But I would like to thank our team, coordinator team from Sabia, Rion, and Raymond. They really helped us a lot in organizing and realizing this project. Apart from this, I would also like to thank our background team, which actually made this forum realize. Rahul, if you are, if you can open your open your camera and show yourself and say hi to everyone, it would be nice.
Hello everyone, it's really great to see such a great team and see all the projects, and in the future we would like to team up with you, and we will like to support you, and we will organize such great events once again. Thank you.
Rahul is our technical head. He is going to he has some other plans as well. We would love to have all the participants of this forum as members of our organization, IS Foundation. We have shared the contact details. You can go to our website, you can register yourself. We could include you as honorary members, we could include you as honorary speakers. So it would be glad that you could be a part of our organization. Apart from this, I would like to especially thanks Marjona. If she is also available, maybe she can also open her camera and say hi to everyone. She helped us with all the social media and helping in the sharing of information. So our head of social media. Apparently, I think she is not available, but also I would like to especially thank our Janhit Times team, because the channel helped us in lots of information sharing. They created a kind of background for us and tools. Thank you everyone for participation. Your projects are really nice. We are open to collaborate. I think project office would be grateful to have collaboration with your projects, and IS Foundation is very much ready to be a part of your projects. So thank you. We would be sharing the certificates on your email. So in the coming time, you can expect your certification in online format on your email. Thank you for joining. Be in touch. If you have any kind of questions, queries, recommendations, do contact us. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the good forum.
Let's have one more time photograph with open cameras, and then we can say bye to everyone for till our next forum.
Thanks a lot for excellent forum. It was my first participate in this forum. I'm from Tajikistan, and it was very useful for me. Thanks a lot of.
Thank you for your participation. If anybody would like to share your views, you are open to share your views.
Well, it was a great and informative program, and I really like the ideas which we shared here. So I really love this setting where people from all of over the world we have, and we just shared ideas and discussed, and maybe it could lead to something big and really positive for the society in the future. So all the best for all. Thank you.
I want to add some quick feedback. Thank you all for the organization provided. I'm a little bit skeptic because maybe of my age to the online format. Maybe I'm too old for this, but it was definitely interesting, and I was so much impressed by not only by organization but all of you participants, especially the room 2, as we discussed hard yesterday, our projects, and I was really fascinated by this whole activity and the projects provided. I have never expected so much diverse projects to come here. So I was wrong, and it is a fortune I was. So, and thank you to Людмила Сикачева. Спасибо большое отдельно за настрой и ту позитивную волну, которую вы привносите на этом форуме.
Спасибо, дорогая. Спасибо. Когда вокруг такой позитив, то, несомненно, наполняешься и сама. То есть у нас такая коллаборация. Спасибо.
So I want also to add to thank you all organizers, dear experts, dear participants. It was my first experience participating in such wonderful international forum. Thank you, and hope to cooperate in the future. Thank you. Special thanks, Takil. Thank you.
Hello, I think you can hear me. I am Phetole from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is not a BRICS country, but we are friendly country. So I am representing this forum as a friendly country's citizen. So I like to express my sincere gratitude to all participants, delegates, and organizers. And I think and I wish we will be able to collect together in the near future in physical manner. So it's my thoughts. Thank you.
I would like to just add to that and say, I do resonate with Melina. I think I'm pronouncing, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but looking at all the projects that had come in here, it was really breathtaking to see the amount of work that the youth are doing across the world. And, so many people came in and they were not sure if their projects were good or if it wasn't good. And, just to see the amount of confidence that they gained by being able to speak and, being able to have this safe space in this forum to present all that they have to and, get inputs from people who really know what they're doing and what they're saying was a really nice experience. And I can only imagine how much effort it took to, getting this to completion right now, right here. So thank you so much, Akhil sir, and everyone else who really worked so hard to get this going. I can only imagine how much of back and forth it was between offline and online and the decisions you had to make in between and, figuring out mistakes and all of that. So really appreciate that. And I hope, the work is not gone unnoticed at all. And we're here to, say that you've done a really good job with this and we're happy about it. Thank you so much.
I would also like to add to what Milena and Akshaya said, and special shout out to Room 2. Had the most fun there yesterday. And also another special shout out to Lyudmila Sekacheva. I don't know if I'm ruining your name completely, but thank you so much for giving us the confidence yesterday and for being such a sport and encouraging us in the room. Really appreciate it. And it was such a great experience to have met every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Nice experience that we had, and really a special thank you to Akhil for making this possible for most of us. We really appreciate it, and we are looking forward to the next events that are going to be making us meet even more people and hear even more ideas of young people all around the world. Thank you very much to the organizers and everyone. Thank you.
I wanted to say thank you to all the organizers. It was a great event. And I hope that someday we will meet offline when the COVID-19 will let us. And also, I hope that the projects that were presented here will be gathered somewhere in one place so we can see them, and we will have further communication with the participants, and they will find what they need to make their projects come true. Thank you.
I would like to add, for all the live streaming of this forum is available on our website, the official website, BRICS+forum.org, and we would be trying to put all the presentations as well. If possible, it would be, I think, it would be beneficial because somehow it will provide access to others, and information is a key for success. I believe information sharing is very much required, and we should be open, and information should be provided openly. So we will do it definitely.
Yeah, can I add something? I suppose that this program was very successful, and thank you very much, organizers, and especially Akil, for such a great event. I realize how it is difficult to implement such a wonderful forum. And I also want to thank you everyone that you are interested in one of the most successful and kind organization, I can say, BRICS and BRICS Plus Forum. And also I wish you all the best, and I hope that our youth activity gets some impulses to policymakers and to leaders of our countries, and I hope that we also together will develop our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. One more time from Ulyanovsk City. Sorry, from Ulyanovsk City. Thank you. Cannot wait for the implementation of the first project. So much food for thoughts. So many great different ideas. I have saved, screenshotted all the contacts. Now our heads already working. We've been forwarding the information already to the relevant people that we know that might be interested in something what you suggest. Also, we ourselves saved the information that we need to collaborate with you. So definitely the information, the experience will be shared. So wait, I think these days, all of us will be somehow approached by different people. And let's hope that something will get started as soon as possible. And thanks to this great platform. And yes, thank you. Thank you, guys.
So I think with these good words, we could say goodbye to everyone, and we could say that this is our closing. Not exactly the closing, but the opening for our new projects and the beginning of our journey. See you guys. See you offline, online, in several other projects.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Dear friends.
How are you, madam?
We are together.
We are together.
Only forward. Only go forward. And I with you.
Okay, madam.
Where are with you?
Swim the Zvidania.
Congratulations to everyone.
Tanya.